So wait a sec, just here. R cos theta k cap plus sin theta along j cap, right?
J cap.
That is portion vector of P with respect to C point. But C point is not a stationary point. If you look from other side, then you will come to know that C point is also moving. And if I look from the x-axis perspective, then velocity of C point, the center of this, will be actually V parallel. Therefore, displacement of C point will be equal to
V
V
parallel.
parallel into T. It is moving along x-axis. That's why the path followed will be this spring-like path. Okay. If it is V parallel into T, then I can say what is displacement referred to as? Displacement is final position vector. That is called final as RC, and initial is, let us say, RC naught, initial position. Change in position is equal to V parallel into T. Then I can write here RC will be equal to RC naught, initial position, plus V parallel into T, which can be further written as, what is initial position of particle? Initial position is minus R k cap. You observe center is, center of the circle initially is at, or at the distance minus R k, at a displacement minus, at a position minus R k cap, plus V parallel. What was V parallel in that? I think x-axis, or
V parallel is x-axis only, sir.
V parallel was x-axis only. Then I could take V parallel as V parallel was along x-axis. So this into I cap into T. Vt I cap I can write, Vt I cap. That is RC. Then what will be position vector of P as a function of time?
Yes, RC.
This is position vector of P with respect to C. So RP will become RC plus, use the equation number 1 and number 2. R cos theta k cap plus sin theta j cap. Also minus R k cap plus V parallel into T I cap plus R cos omega T k cap plus R sin omega T j cap. This only, where R, we know R is nothing but V perpendicular divided by B alpha, and omega is nothing but B alpha. So what is the position vector of particle as a function of time? We are getting it now. It is, take I cap terms together, V parallel into T I cap, take J cap terms together, plus V perpendicular divided by B alpha into sin B alpha T along J cap, and K cap terms together, plus V perpendicular by B alpha whole multiplied by cos of B alpha minus 1 into K cap. R I am replacing by V perpendicular by B alpha, and I will be getting this equation. This is R. It is R. This thing is R. This term is omega, and this term is also omega. Okay. So we are getting position vector of particle. Cos of B alpha into T. Yes, omega T. This is how we can get the position as a function of time of a particle which is moving in a helical path. So what is the key idea? Main idea is, first you think in 2 dimensions only. You think in those 2 dimensions where the path is circular, and they write the equation for that. And then with that, add V parallel into T. Then we will be getting answer from that, this such equations. Next, we can have some little complicated case. If I have E also along with it, E is there, electric field is there, but electric field is case 3, let us say case 3. E parallel to B. Same diagram I will draw as last time, but with one exception.
Here also acceleration.
One exception is that this time I have taken. No need to draw z-axis. Z-axis is for, let us say I'm saying this thing that B is along Z and E is also along Z. It is represented here. X, Y, and magnetic field velocity vector V was inclined at an angle theta with x-axis. So can you guess what changes it will make? What changes electric field will make?
Sir, in Z direction, it will accelerate the particles.
Because it is acting along Z direction, so it will accelerate the particle only in Z direction. So last time, the motion along Z axis was with
Was con.
uniform velocity V parallel. But
Last
now
time it-
displacement of the center,
EQ by M.
everything remaining same. I think I should not add everything. I should just add displacement of the center. This time will not be that as we got last time.
QT
but
plus
it-
half H square.
It will be V. Wait a second. I think I have changed the situation slightly. What was the situation last time?
Last time was it is x-axis. Sir. Now it is Z.
V is along X.
Last time I have taken velocity V parallel along B. V parallel was along B, right?
Yes, sir.
And wait a second. I have written here.
Yeah, you change the situation.
I have written wrong for something. What is happening here? Oh, last time I have taken B along I cap. Huh?
B along I cap and V parallel also along I cap.
Then V parallel also along I cap. Then this time V parallel was
V parallel is I cap, but B is J cap minus J cap.
okay.
Mine-
Then let me keep exactly same situation. So what should I do then? Then I should keep here along x-axis. This was actually z-axis, right?
Then
This was
there
Z
V.
axis.
V
And
sin
these
theta, sir.
magnetic fields are in which direction then?
Minus theta.
I cap. I cap is here cross. Why I cap is in cross direction? See, because J cap is vertically upwards and K cap is towards left
Sir,
side.
but right
Then
hand
if I
thumb rule
take-
also will get, sir.
I take cross product J cross K, then I get in which direction?
Inward,
Into
sir.
the plane.
Yes, sir.
By right hand thumb rule, I am getting into the plane. Therefore, I know J cross K is referred to as I. Therefore, here I cap is into the plane. I cap is into the plane in this particular example. Okay, like last time only I have taken now. Nothing changed. Then displacement will become, what is U parallel?
V parallel into T square plus half into EQ by M into T square.
I should take V parallel. This diagram is wrong here. I think I should write here. In this diagram, I should only write V perpendicular along Y axis. This is V perpendicular. V perpendicular only. And as far as V parallel is concerned, that is not seen in this direction. That will be seen from by looking from another direction. If I look along x-axis, then this is the direction of magnetic field, and this is also the direction of electric field. Velocity is in this plane, making an angle theta with x-axis. This is y-axis. This is a situation. Here V perpendicular will be along y-axis and V parallel will be along x-axis. Displacement of center of the circular path will be because of V parallel into T plus half of A into T square, A parallel into T square. What is force along this direction, along parallel direction? Parallel means what here? Parallel refers to parallel to magnetic field. Parallel axis implies parallel to magnetic field. Okay. What is A along parallel? In this time, Q E by M is
E by
acting.
M.
Norm magnetic field cannot apply force parallel to itself. If only magnetic field is there, then it will be zero. But here electric field is also there, so Q E by M is acting. If it is positive charge, then plus Q E by M. If it is negative charge, then the force will become due to field in minus I cap direction.
Opposite direction.
Both possibilities are there. I am assuming positive charge right now. Assumed that there was a positive charge, right? Positive charge assumed. Then what will be, what remaining situation? Remaining situation is exactly same, no difference at all. The way I wrote last time. Position vector of P particle with respect to C, same way. R cos theta I cap plus, sorry, theta K cap plus sin theta J cap as last time. What would be what it would be? RP minus RC, and as displacement of center again RC minus RC naught. RC naught means initial position vector of the center is RC naught. What is initial position vector? As last time, center is located at a distance minus R K cap.
Okay.
RC minus R K cap equals displacement of center, so it will be equal to V parallel into T. In which direction V parallel was?
X-axis.
I cap and plus half of Q into E by M into T square also along I cap.
I cap.
Then RP minus RC.
Sir,
We can
here
write-
RC naught is minus of R cap.
What?
RC naught minus R cap, sir.
What is RC then?
No,
RC
How
not,
to-
sir.
RC naught is minus R K cap.
Minus of
Minus
minus,
of
then
minus.
it would be plus, no, sir.
Oh, I got your point. Last time I did mistake then. Let me check last time.
No, sir. Last one correct.
No, sir.
Last time it was correct only.
Last time it's correct.
Here it will be plus R K cap, correct. Because minus of minus will become plus. So it is A parallel is this. Next, what we get now? R into cos theta means cos of B alpha. I think I should leave it now. I have told you that what changes it will make. You have understood already, right or not? Only difference is this is changing. Last time I had taken V parallel into T. Now it is becoming V parallel into T I cap plus half of QE by M into T square I cap. So you know final result will be obtainable from here, right or not? Final result means
Yes,
final
sir.
position vector of P point. Position vector of P point will be, okay, let me write it, will not take much time. M into V perpendicular by B alpha into cos of, not M here. M is not the V perpendicular by B alpha into cos of B alpha K cap plus sine of B alpha J cap plus RC. And RC is V parallel plus half of QE by M. M is the mass of the charged particle into, yes, say what? V parallel into T plus half of QE by M into T square. Direction is along I cap and minus R into K cap. This is it. This is RP. Now we have to rearrange the terms and we get the answer.
Sir, theta means omega t na sir. B
Hmm?
alpha t will be there na sir.
Oh, I am again losing that. Sorry. Minus R K cap means minus R was again V perpendicular divided by B alpha K cap. This is answer. Okay. This is the final result. Now, next question, slightly more complicated. Case 3 was somewhat complicated, but still it is easy. More complicated case will be if I take E perpendicular to B, then it is more complicated now. E and B are mutually perpendicular. Even more complicated than that will be when E and B are not even mutually perpendicular, but inclined at some other angle, neither parallel. This last case which I have taken, this will be, it will be easy even if I take E as anti-parallel to B. then same thing will happen. Okay, what will be the shape? Anyway, shape I did not discuss. Shape will be something like this.
Not equal space, sir.
Distance will increase.
Means variable pitch. Pitch will keep on
That's a
increasing.
variable pitch.
Every time there will be different distance between two consecutive points while it touches the line of its initial motion. Not line of initial motion, what I should call line which is parallel to b axis. Line which is parallel to b axis but is tangent to the helical path. That line it will now touch after unequal intervals of time, and those intervals of time will keep on becoming more and more. First, the spring will be it will be like
So
spring
time
of variable
intervals will be same.
spring of variable extension, something like this. It will. This will keep
Like,
on increasing.
After we pull it and leave it like that, different will be like that.
Yes.
So time interval between touching will be same.
How will it be same? I don't understand really what are time interval is same, but displacement will be different.
Yes, displacement will be different.
If displacement will be different, time interval will be same because time period was again 2 pi by omega, and omega does not change. Time interval remains constant. I agree with that. But the spring will be
Distance
initially
will
like this,
increase, sir.
this way, this way, this way, and something like this. Okay, this is increasing not because of more time period spent between these two points, but it is increasing because of more velocity gain.
Acceleration.
Velocity, because of acceleration, velocity is gained. Because velocity is gained, so it is covering more distance along that axis. If I give velocity and acceleration in opposite direction, then this can also
It will
happen.
decrease, sir.
It will go this way, and it may return back also. Distance will keep on decreasing. After decreasing, it will start maybe returning back. That is also possible. Okay. So while it will return back, it may follow a different spring. It will form a different spring. It will not just return back, I think, through the same path. It may follow different path, or it may return through the same path also. It will depend on the situation, I think. Okay. Can it return through the same path? No, it cannot. It cannot return through the same path, I think. Because when the velocity along one side becomes 0, other side it still remains. The path cannot be same. It will never come back to the same path. It will have a different spring while it will return back. E perpendicular to B. Let us discuss this case. QE plus V cross B is the force. This is the force. And here E is already perpendicular to V cross B. But we know V cross B is also perpendicular to E, right or not?
Sir, E perpendicular means is it in the direction of magnetic force or not? Mutually perpendicular to all three.
What?
When E is perpendicular to magnetic field, there are two cases. Sir. When E is in the direction of magnetic force, or those three are mutually perpendicular.
When E is perpendicular to B, there are two cases possible. One is
In the direction
E is along V cross B, or E is
anti-parallel
against
to that.
against V cross B. You are saying that, right?
One more also will be na, sir.
Which one?
Sir. Sir,
Say which one?
those three are mutually perpendicular, sir. E bar, B bar, F bar.
That is possible, yes, right? That is possible. But I am saying that if V is and B are like this here, then one case is possible that B is also perpendicular, and one is when B is not perpendicular, right? All these cases are possible. Anyway, but one thing is sure, that direction of V cross B is perpendicular to B. And how many perpendicular to B are possible? Infinite perpendicular to B are possible, right or not? If I have a line, how many perpendiculars I can draw? Not only two perpendiculars. I can draw infinite. Some may be out of the plane. I can draw infinite perpendicular to this. So there could be many such directions possible. But among those cases, the special case is when this net force comes out to be 0. Okay. When that net force will be 0, one special case. Always it will not happen like that. I can say if Fm is 0, then I can say QE has to be equal to minus of QV cross B or I can say E has to be equal to V cross B in that particular case when magnetic force 0, then path can become,
Sir,
path will be
Sir, minus.
yeah,
straight line
sir.
only. Then path will be straight line only if it is minus of V cross B. If E is equal to minus of V cross B,
Sir,
then
when the FM is magnetic.
So
oh,
that will
sorry,
be
sorry,
not left
F,
motion.
just F, let us call it F, Lorentz force.
It is total force now, sir.
I wanted to write EM and I just wrote it as an electromagnetic force. Okay, electromagnetic force, which will include the electric force and the magnetic force. Right. Now, this is a very simple case, so I think nothing much to explain in that. Just VB sin theta will be equal to E, and that is enough. And the path will become straight line path. And one special case could be if V is already perpendicular to B, then if V is also perpendicular to B, then
Is
it will be
equals
just
to B.
VB. Then E will be just equal to VB. This is also one case possible. Okay. Magnitude wise equal and direction wise opposite. Direction wise, I have to write in cross product only. Then I can say E will be just magnitude wise equal to VB. But if I want a more complicated case, then I have to first of all not assume V perpendicular to B, and I have to maybe
F is not equal to 0.
F is not 0. F can be non-zero. Let us take that particular case when F is not 0. So in that particular case, one more thing I would like to add here. This electric fields and magnetic fields. Electric and magnetic fields and magnetic fields can vary with frame of reference. Therefore, electric and magnetic force can vary with frame of reference. Are you satisfied with this statement above or not? I think you can understand
Yes, sir.
that if a charge is at moving with some velocity, then it will have certain field. But its velocity depends on the fact from which frame we are looking. If I look from a frame which is also moving with the charge particle with velocity v, then in that frame this charge will come to rest. So because velocity is frame dependent, it is understandable if velocity is frame dependent, then the magnetic force will also be dependent on frame. But it turns out that although magnetic force can depend on frame, although electric force can depend on frame, but the net force doesn't. Net force, all the real forces are independent of frames of reference. If the frame is not moving with very, very high speed, then some different laws come into play. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. If the speeds are normal, not very large, not comparable to the speed of light, then we can say these statements will be holding true. Otherwise, these will not be true. Then I can say, what statement? I have to write that statement. I have not yet written. I said I should say first net Lorentz force will remain constant. Net Lorentz force will remain constant. This statement will not be valid, which I am writing now, if the speeds are becoming comparable to the speed of light. But we don't have to worry about those cases. Those cases we don't deal in this class. So for us, for IIT level, it is enough. We will just remember this thing. Net Lorentz force will remain constant. Constant means independent of frame of reference. Rather than saying constant, I think constant is not appropriate. I should say independent of frame of reference. Okay. That will remain independent of the frame of reference. Now, this is really interesting and it gives us one idea that this force, magnetic force, net electromagnetic force, if I write, let me write the formula once, FEM. what is that? Q into V. Velocity of particle QVP plus QV cross B. Velocity of QE plus QV cross B was Q is constant only, charges are invariant, so I can say indirectly I am saying that what will remain constant? This term, second term, this which is in product with Q. This will remain constant. E plus V cross B will remain constant. Let us write some equations for this now from different frames. Let us say velocity of particle, charged particle in one frame is V1, and in another frame it is, let us say, what should I call it, V1 with respect to observer O, or right, I can use this notation. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
So I want to choose two frames. In one frame I want to keep the velocity as V, but in another frame I want to keep it as I think what should I just give me some possible. We can write VA and VB. No, B will be for magnetic field, that will be confusing. Let us write velocity of particle P and velocity of particle from another observer VPO.
Q.
Is it okay? Velocity of particle P in the ground frame, but in the other frame it will be velocity of particle related to observer, where the observer has velocity VO. I think that will be better. I can write it in this way. Then we can do. Okay. So VP is the velocity of particle in ground frame. VPO is velocity of particle with respect to observer O. Then what will be electromagnetic force formula? E plus V cross B, VP cross B will be equal to E dash plus VPO, VPO cross B dash. Okay. Or let us call it, rather than saying dash, why don't we call it electric field in the O frame, magnetic field in the O frame. Okay. In ground frame, and this is in observer's frame. Observer's frame, who is having velocity VO. These will be equal. This case becomes particularly interesting if I can get rid of. Can I choose a frame? Tell me, can I choose a frame so that I can get rid of electric field term? Can I get rid of electric field term in any frame? I have to make electric field in observer's frame 0. I have choice of velocity. I will select the velocity of observer in such a way so that EO will become 0. Let us try to do that. I want to make EO 0. Means you can think as if it is a question asked, as if find velocity of observer for which electric field in his frame becomes 0. Let us try to do that. E plus VP cross B equals 0 plus VP minus VO cross BO. Then I can get VO, I think now. What I have to do, E plus VP cross V minus VO is equal to minus or plus, it will be minus. It will be equal to minus of VO cross VO. Right or not? Check the calculation is right. Just rearranging the terms, I have to obtain VO. But unfortunately, there are two unknowns. Vp was given, E was given, B was given. BO is not given. BO. That is also one unknown. I want to find velocity VO for which electric field in his frame becomes 0, and I can add one more thing, and magnetic field remains equal to B only. Then I will just keep it as B, and then I can get the value of VO. What is the value of VO required? VO we are getting from here now. This is becoming 0, P minus B 0. So we are getting
Minus
E
B
is
by-
equal to minus of
Minus
VO cross
B
B.
centimeter.
Dot product.
We are getting E is equal to minus of VO cross B. We got this relation before, but that was in a different context. At that time, we were finding a situation where net force becomes 0 and the particle keeps on moving in a straight line. That was a different context altogether. But this is a different context. But anyway, the condition, this formula comes out to be similar. E is equal to minus of VO cross B. Once we know this thing, why don't I make it even further simple? I have choice to choose angle. Why don't I choose angle in such a way that velocity of observer is perpendicular to magnetic field? Okay. So I will do like this. I will say, if velocity of observer is perpendicular to B, then we get E is just equal to VB magnitude wise. Magnitude wise, it is VB. Just VB only. Very simple result at last. But direction wise, we have to understand that E is equal to minus of VO cross B. Once we have done that much, then this will help us in solving which problem? It will help us in solving the problem where E is perpendicular to B. Although E exists, but I can make E vanish. I can go into a frame where E becomes 0. Once I go into that frame, then the path is so simple, just a circular path. And circular path questions you can answer very easily. Okay, because you are already familiar with such path. So we can do such problems easily now by changing the frame. And changing frame is not very difficult. Just put E is equal to VB. If I have chosen the velocity of observer to be perpendicular to B, then I can do that. So one example we can take based on this idea, that is from H.C. Verma. Or maybe I think I will take that example later on. Before that, let me finish some other topics also. Okay. This path, by the way, will be cycloidal. What path it will be? If I look from the ground frame and I don't change the frame, then this path could be cycloidal in one particular case. I will tell you that is solved example. Okay. If today I don't get time to discuss that one, just once you can have a look at solved example from HCV. It is last solved example. Okay, I will discuss that one although tomorrow maybe. Next case is
Magnetic field due to current, sir.
magnetic field,
Due to current.
magnetic effects of current. No, magnetic field due to current. I will not. That is not for this week. That is for next week only. This week we have other things also. For example, I have to tell you, if a current carrying wire is there, which carries current I, what is magnetic force on that? Magnetic force on a current carrying wire. So that magnetic force will be, there's a formula for that. We can get that.
I
What's
into
it?
L bar cross B bar, sir.
That one. So which I'm thinking, what should I discuss now? Should I go to that? No, let me finish motion of charge particles first. One more question of motion of charge particles. If I give you a capacitor, let's say last time we used to have such questions of capacitors, that there's a voltage V and capacitor is there. Now I will say that there's a charge particle thrown with velocity V, mass is m, and it is going, and how much it will be deviated, or when it crosses the plates of the capacitor, what will be the angle turned? This angle of deviation from the question based questions. Can you do this one? I think simple only.
Yes, sir.
Along
Yeah,
this
electric
direction,
field.
along this direction,
It will be
constant
Electric
uniform
field is-
motion.
Magnetic field is inverse.
Magnetic field is not there. No magnetic field is there.
Electric field. Electric field.
Only electric.
Only electric field. And let me connect the battery properly. Battery negative upside, downside positive, so that the upper plate will become negatively charged, downside plate will become positively charged. As a result, field will exist in between. If they are giving the information about sigma, we can get sigma from here. I assume V is given, distances are given, we can get sigma. Then what would be the value of field? Field will be equal to sigma by epsilon naught. How to get sigma? Charge upon area. How to get charge? C into V. Assume sufficient information is given so that you can determine field. After you know the field, which is acting in which direction in this particular case?
From
Upward.
positive to negative.
Upwards. So this charge will be having force acting on this charge will be in upward direction. What kind of motion it is? It is uniformly accelerated motion, but its
Projectile
mass is
motion.
given. Remember, mass is also given. So if mass is given, why is mass given? There are two possibilities.
To find
One
the
possibility, I need to get the acceleration as QE by M, and other possibilities there, I may have to use mg also in this case. Now it depends on the situation that you have to get idea from the question itself. In some question they may say specifically that maybe this system is lying in such a way, this diagram shown is in vertical plane. If it is in vertical plane and they are talking about vertical plane, it means they want us to take gravity also probably into account. But when there is no such information given, then we may neglect gravity and we may assume only electric field is present. So when gravity is also existing, then you have to, it will be superimposition of the net force will be
Net force
QE.
will be QE by M minus mg.
Net force will be QE minus mg.
Sorry.
QE minus
QE
mg upwards. Okay. But again, there are many cases possible. I can give QE in one direction, mg perpendicular to that direction. Maybe it is top view. If I take this diagram from the top view, then this will be a completely different scenario, right or not?
Yes, sir. X and Y component.
Then QE will be this side, mg will be maybe into the plane. Then net force will be, then this will also not be following this path. Path will also change. It will be going into the plane also.
Inverse.
Inverse also it will be going. So there are different cases possible. But good thing about absence of electric field, absence of magnetic field. Only E is there and magnetic field is not existing. B is equal to 0. Then good thing is the forces remain constant. And if forces remain constant, uniform electric, that also is constant only if uniform electric field is there. Only uniform electric field. Then it will be uniformly accelerated motion. And uniformly accelerated motion has only two possibilities, I think. One is straight line path, if forces are balanced. Another is parabolic path. So I think you are familiar with both of the cases. We can deal with those cases. We can use the equations of motion, which are S is equal to ut plus half of at square. If we choose appropriate axis, then we can write these equations. So can you deal with such questions? Try, maybe some solved examples are there in SC Verma, and one exercise question is also there based on this idea.
Yes, sir.
You can try that one. You will be, I think, able to do. It is not that tough also. Okay. As far as my particular this case is concerned, I am assuming it is in gravity free space. If it is in gravity free space, then my answer will be simply this displacement along y-axis will be half of acceleration along y-axis into t square. Time taken will be obtained by knowing the length. Let's say this length is given as L and V was given as V. So time taken to cross it will be L upon V. Time taken will be L upon V. What will be acceleration? Acceleration along y-axis will be QE divided by M. So if I have to solve this question, when gravity free space is given, assume gravity free space it is given to you, then just one thing, AY. Second equation, half AY t square. Third, time taken is equal to along x-axis, displacement along x upon velocity along x. That will be L by V. That will be enough. Okay. Next example. Now again, deviation only I want to find this time also, but I want deviation because of magnetic field regions. I want this deviation now. This magnetic field region has width d. Magnetic field here is b, and initially I am making the charged particle enter at an angle, what you call theta initial as maybe theta naught, and afterwards, after crossing the first region, its value changes to, after following some curvilinear path, it gets deviated by some angle.
Center may lie outside.
That will I outfit. That has something to do with. It depends on the radius value, how big the radius is.
So field is into the plane, sir.
I'm not giving that. Assume that I have already carefully found out the direction of force, and I came to know that the path followed will be this. It is not always true. Sometimes it may be going this side, but because I have not given B, so I assume the path followed is correct only. This angle is with horizontal. Last time it was, this time it was theta naught. Now it is theta 1 angle with the horizontal. There is no no gravity here. No need to say horizontal also. Theta naught initially, finally theta 1 after crossing the field region of d width. Radius of curvature, let me take. Radius will always be perpendicular to the velocity, something like this. And here, in this way, I think. So where is the center in this particular diagram?
Outside the
Outside the
magnetic
field.
field.
Outside this. Will the V value change?
No.
Magnetic force does not do work. Why? Magnetic force does not do work on the.
Perpendicular to the motion.
Yes, because magnetic forces are always perpendicular to the motion, so they cannot do work. Which can do work? Electric field can do work. Next, we have this angle. What is this angle? Remember, angle difference between velocity vectors is also angle difference between both this R1 and R2. Angle between two lines is equal to angle between their perpendiculars.
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular, yes.
So can I say this will be then theta 1 minus theta naught minus theta 1, I think. Theta naught minus theta 1. Right or not? Initial velocity was in this direction. What was angle made by initial velocity with the horizontal? Total angle made was theta.
Theta.
This was initial before entry, and this is after exiting. After exiting magnetic field region. Then you know angle difference between velocity vectors is, or angle of deviation is, theta minus theta naught. And similarly, this between R1 and R2, this is same radius. Radius is same, R and R only, but for initial position and for final position. Between those two also angle will be same. Is it this point clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Think in a circular path, it happens like that only. If the particle covers certain angle theta, then the velocity vector also will be changed by an angle theta, because this angle between those two will be always 90 degree between R and V. Therefore, the vectors, this one, I can find it out also, this one and this one here. It is theta 90 minus theta here, 90, here it will be theta. So with vertical velocity making theta angle. Initially it was vertical. What is the relation between R and D? And theta 1, theta naught minus theta 1. What is the relation? R, D and theta naught minus theta 1. Any relation? Can you think of some relation or not? I can think of this relation. Total distance, let us say, is d2, and this is d1. Then the width is d. d2 minus d1 is equal to d. What is d2? What is d2? d2 will be,
Horizontal distance between center and initial point.
this is theta naught 9. This is theta naught angle here, right or not? Theta naught 90 degree minus theta naught.
R sin theta naught, sir.
Again
d2.
theta naught, huh?
R sin theta naught.
R sin theta naught. d2 is r sin theta naught. What is d1? d1 is, similarly, this final angle will be theta 1 here of position vector. Velocity is making with this
90 degrees with
horizontal
radius.
line as theta 1, so r will be making with vertical line as same angle theta 1 minus sin
R
theta
sin
1
theta.
is equal to d distance. Okay, this is the relation that we are getting. Also, we know r is nothing but b upon b alpha.
B alpha.
B upon b alpha into sin theta naught minus sin theta 1 is equal to d. Our main aim was to determine sin theta 1 here. Theta naught was given to us. So we are getting sin theta 1 finally. That is equal to I will do it later on. First I will get some other relation. D upon B. Is it okay? B alpha into D upon B is equal to difference of the sine angles. Now I will change the situation here. This is enough. Let us say I have obtained sine theta 1. I can obtain sine theta 1, so I am assuming that I have got the answer. Our aim was to determine what is the final angle made by velocity with the horizontal, or what is angle of deviation. If I know theta 1, I can get angle of deviation. That will be theta 1 minus theta naught. I am assuming one thing is obtained. But now I want to give multiple magnetic field regions. Multiple regions all parallel to each other. One more, and so on up to n number. And each width is here d1, d2, p3, and each magnetic field is b1, b2, and b3. Initial angle made by velocity vector is given as theta naught. Finally, what happens, I don't know what kind of path it follows, this way, then this way, maybe this way, different angles. What I will do now, at last when it emerges somewhere, let us say not here, let us say it emerges from nth line, in between dot dot dot, then finally this is our nth magnetic field region having magnetic field Bn, and from there it emerges. That is the final velocity, making an angle. What angle we will call it? If it is emerging from nth region, we can call it as theta n. Okay. So tell me now, what would be the relation? I can get a relation very simple way.
Sin theta
Sin
naught
theta
minus
1
sin
minus
theta.
sin theta naught was equal to, what was it equal to?
D1 plus D2 plus D3.
B1
B1
alpha
alpha
into
D by
D1
B2.
by
D1
V.
by
V will remain
V.
constant. I told you, V cannot change. Why V cannot change? Because magnetic fields cannot do work. So kinetic energy cannot change. V will remain same. So then I can get similarly sin theta 2 minus sin theta 1 will be equal to B2 alpha D2 by V, and so on. So if I add such terms, last term will be sin theta n minus sin theta n minus 1 is equal to B n into alpha into dn upon b. Adding all these equations, what we get?
Sir, sin theta naught minus sin theta 1.
I did opposite here. Sin theta naught of. Then this is theta naught. This will be 1. Completely changed.
1 and
1 and 2. This n minus 1 and n. 1 and then 2 and n minus 1 and then I think n. Yes. Now tell what is the relation. Which terms are getting cancelled here? Sin theta 1, sin theta 1, sin theta 2, sin theta 2. Up to this all will cancel. First will remain, last will remain. So by adding all these equations, we are getting sin theta naught minus sin theta n is equal to sigma bi
DI
di
by VI.
that only,
Alpha.
and alpha is constant,
Maybe.
velocity is constant. This is the result finally. So they are asking at what angle, with what angle it will emerge. We can get with what angle it will emerge. Sometimes they don't ask with what angle it will emerge. Sometimes they ask what distance it will cover before turning back. What is the maximum distance covered? Can you determine the maximum distance? How to determine maximum distance? Any idea?
When
We
theta n
have to
becomes
change
90,
our theta ends 90.
We can get maximum distance when theta n will become 90 degrees. Correct. When theta n will become 90 degrees. So what is sin theta n here? What is sin theta n? Sin theta n can be maximum possible 1 only. Okay. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Maximum possible value can be 1 only for this. And sin theta naught is some finite value. This term will become here, I think, negative. Can it become negative? We have to take b with proper sign, so it can become negative also. B will be with proper sign. Anyway, what was the b direction here in this case? Can you tell me the direction in this particular case? If center has to be here, then
Sir,
b
out
cross
of the
b.
plane, sir.
Yes, b was out of the plane. This will be valid when b is out of the plane. Out of the plane is positive. Out of the plane is positive only. And I am assuming theta 1 to become 90 degrees. Definitely, if I am assuming theta 1 to become 90 degrees, that will be possible only
Into the
if
plane, sir.
if it is into the plane, then it will start curving in that direction. But I can have another condition also. Theta 1 can become -1 also, theta n. If it becomes -n, then it will be going 90 degrees downwards. Okay, so there are two possibilities. I can put this value as -1 or +1. Both of these possibilities are there, and those can give me maximum distance. Okay. Right. We have to put b with proper sign and q also with proper sign, and q with sign. In our present example, I have taken b already positive and q was also already positive. But if any one of these is negative, then here negative sign will appear. Okay. If both are negative, again negative will cancel each other. And as far as b is concerned, that may be in some places positive, in other places negative. As far as velocity and d is concerned, these will always be positive only. This and this can change sign, b and alpha. And sin theta n can become negative also. When it will be treated as negative, if angle is positive here, upside positive, downside will be taken as negative. Is it clear? Okay. Downside will be negative. So final result, if you want, you can write sin theta n is equal to sin theta naught minus alpha divided by v into sigma bi into di. But keep in mind that sin theta n has to be greater than equal to -1 and has to be less than equal to +1. This condition must be satisfied. So what kind of sigma summation sign we will take here? We will keep on adding till we get this condition. Once we get this condition, then we will stop adding after that. Then we have to return back. Okay, when this condition starts getting violated, before that only we have to return. So in case examiner has given you this question, he is giving multiple values of these 3 or 4 such regions are given. 1 region, 2nd region, 3rd region, 4th region. Then what you have to do? Start with our first value, sin theta naught. Let us say theta naught is given as 30 degrees. I will start with sin 30. which will be half minus, and now keep on calculating alpha by v, and this distance is there. Keep on calculating and keep on checking what value we are getting. So the moment you observe that sine theta minus this value
Becomes less
is
than one.
becoming either -1 it is becoming or +1 it is becoming, then it means there we have to return. Sometimes it may happen like this also. It is d1, let us say d1, d2, this is d3, but the particle may return in the first region or the particle may return in the second region. If particle returns in between the second region only, then I don't have to take for the second region total d2. What I will do in that case? Then I will take d1, but in d2 I will not make for total d2. I will assume that to be unknown x. Okay, how will I assume it to be unknown x? First, you keep on calculating and put total d2. Once you put total d2, what you will find? You will find contradiction. You will find that sine theta n is becoming maybe less than -1, or it is becoming more than 1. If it becomes more than 1 or it becomes less than 1, it means it is contradicting. It cannot reach up to this. Then what we will do? Then we will not assume d2 to be right. Then we will assume here it is returning. Before that only, it is returning at x distance. So we will keep on adding like this only. b1, d1, b2, d2, till the point we get this term as less than -1 or equal to -1, or this term we get more than 1 or equal to 1. Any one of these we get. There we will stop. And once we stop in the one place, then we will not take d3. Again, we will correct the term. We will take in that place as unknown x. And here what value we will keep? Now it depends. If you are getting less than -1, then here you will keep -1. If you are getting more than +1, then here you will keep +1. But you have to go one step back in that case. Okay.
Or otherwise we can keep sine theta n equals to 1 and finding x.
Sine theta n is
1 and finding x.
yes. What's sine? Then we can put the value of sine theta and we will get x. Okay, you are saying that we will keep it as 1 and then we will find out the value of x. Yes, we can do that also.
Yes.
We can keep it 1, but no, there actually why there's a problem in 1. There could be +1 or -1. We don't know finally in which direction it will turn. Finally, will it go this way backwards or will it come this way backwards? We will not know. We will come to know only after we keep on putting those values again and again every time. Okay. So
Okay.
don't worry. This will not be an infinite series. Obviously, if such question is asked, then there will be maximum 3 or 4 terms, and the adding will not take much time. Alpha y will be constant. How much time it will take to add and guess and tell that when it becomes negative? We can do it fast. It will not take much time. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. So fine, this we can do. Next, we have one more thing here. If it is continuously varying, if it is not varying this way, but it is continuously varying, then I will write sine theta equals to sine theta naught minus alpha by v. It will change into integration, and distance will change into dx. Magnetic will change into b for continuously varying fields. Continuously varying magnetic field. Then this will be the formula. Sine theta will be equal to sine theta naught minus alpha y into v into dx. And you are right. In this case, we can keep sine theta as +1 or -1, depending upon physical situation. You can analyze. You can see whether this field is making it turn clockwise or it is making it turn anti-clockwise. And depending upon that, by assessing the physical situation properly, you can keep it as +1 or you can keep it as -1. Okay. For okay, this I'm leaving. Now you have to use your own brain in that time when this question is asked. There you have to do it yourself. Next example. Next we have force. Last time is over. Tomorrow we will start with force acting on current carrying wire, because that is also for this week's syllabus. And what you need to do if you want to do some questions yourself, I am recommending you, highly recommending you, just only one thing you have to do first, and that is SC Verma. There are plenty of good questions in SC Verma I have seen based on this chapter. So you have to do only SC Verma. Maybe you can start with the solved examples first, then objectives, and then exercise. Okay.
Fine, sir.
Right. Let us end it now.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Sir,
Thank you.
please post class notes, sir.
Okay.
Post
I
this
will
class
post.
also.
I will post.